Bharat Stage 3, Bharat Stage 4, Bharat Stage 6. Wait a minute. Where did the BS5 go? Never mind. You guys might be wondering, why do we have a BS3 bike with us when it's all BS6? The question is the BS3 bike still relevant in the era of BS6? Want to find out? Let's go. Well, this bike doesn't need any introduction because one can tell when it roars. Even the kids can tell which bike it is when it makes the sound. For those of you who don't know it yet, this here is the Royal Enfield Classic 350. But the question is, this is a BS3 bike and is it still relevant in 2020 in the era of BS6? First off, let's talk about the one thing that makes this engine roar, that is the exhaust. Well, we obviously know that the BS6 model has toned down the official roar of the bike, but the BS3 still has its roar waiting to shout out loud. All the roar that this beast makes comes from a 346cc single cylinder carbureted engine, and which produces a power of 20 PS and torque of 20 Nm, which is enough to pull its own weight of 192 kgs. It still gets heated up in the cities, that's because it has an air cooled engine.
The instrumental cluster has changed a bit, but that's what makes this bike different from all others. It's also fun to play the game of guessing how much petrol we have left, because we don't really have a fuel gauge. Back then, it didn't even have ABS, which is basically a lifesaver. It was also a little bit difficult to drive in the rain with all the mass built up by the metal body. But then, who doesn't like some raw fun and spicing up things while driving? Well, talking about the comfort, it comes with a 800mm seat height and ground clearance of 135mm with a wheelbase of 1370mm. The seating position is right on mark with the relaxed riding position, and even the pillion will be very comfortable due to the cushiony seats, and even the suspension setup is on the softer side to make the rides comfortable. But here is where the problem arises. The seats and the riding position might be very comfy in the long rides, but the vibrations caused by the engine, which is mainly felt on the handlebar and the foot pegs, might cause you a little discomfort. Wait, no, that's a major discomfort. The brakes are not the best, but are enough to stop this mammoth. That's because they are equipped with 280mm of disc brake in the front and regular drum brakes in the rear. They do feel sharp at the corners, but it's still a heavy bike and as smooth as one might think. The fuel capacity of this bike is 13.5 liters, which gives a mileage of 25 to 30 kilometers in the city and almost 30 to 35 in the highway.
The ride quality of the bike is good as long as you keep the RPM meter low. But that's not going to bother the buyers either, because this bike has to offer you a feeling of superiority and boldness. And for me, frankly speaking, nothing much has changed except for the non-funky colors which the Royal Enfield now offers. So I think the BS3 model is pretty much relevant even in 2020. But having said all that, it's one guy's opinion. Let us know what you think about it in the comment section below. So that's